It makes a huge difference. I'd like to now introduce Carolyn Maloney.
Thank you. Thank you, Kirsten, and I feel lucky. I feel positive energy and dedication and commitment, and I am more convinced than ever in the long 9 years we've worked on this bill that this bill is going to pass in a bipartisan way and be signed into law. It is long overdue. I particularly want to thank Senator Gillibrand. It has been an honor to work with you, along with Senator Schumer, Menendez, and Lautenberg, as well as my co-authors and colleagues in the House of Representatives, and especially the entire New York delegation that has made this a top priority, along with our mayor, Mayor Bloomberg. You honor us with your presence. Thank you for coming. He is lobbying Republicans and Democrats and independents and is going to be part of this victory when we pass this bill. All of your efforts to pass this patriotic and long overdue legislation is important. On the evening of September 11th, members of the House and Senate from both sides of the aisle came together on the steps of the Capitol to show our unity and our resolve to help our nation heal. We were not Democrats or Republicans that night. We were not, there wasn't a Democratic way or a Republican way. There was a right way to stand up and do whatever it takes to help our nation recover. And today we are urging the Senate to remember that vow, because the job is not done yet. The last remaining gap in America's response to 9/11 is providing health care to all who are sick because of their work there, and to provide monitoring and financial help for the responders and the survivors who are ailing because of the attacks. And that is precisely what the Zadroga Act will do. And thank you, Mr. Zadroga. You honor us with your presence today. People talk about the Twin Towers. The true Twin Towers of New York are the firefighters and fire officers and the policemen and the police officers who have been here so many times working to bring this bill to the floor. And Dennis Hughes, thank you for coordinating all of Labor's support, and of course all the community residents and the advocates. Those who are suffering come from all 50 states and 428 of the 435 congressional districts. Every United States senator has constituents for whom 9/11 is not history, but an ongoing nightmare that is slowly robbing them of their health, their strength, and in the worst cases, their lives. We know that on 9/11, almost 3,000 people died, but since then, thousands and thousands more are losing or have lost their health. We urge the Senate to vote on this Zadroga Act, and when they do, I hope senators will ask themselves how they would have voted if this bill came before the Senate on the evening of 9/11. I do not think there's a single senator or American who would not have been totally in support of this bill. In times of great crisis, our greatest responsibility is to protect our citizens and care for our people. We have a moral obligation to help those who were harmed by the attacks on America. They were there for us. We have to be there for them. They are the first veterans of the war against terror. We must treat them and respect them as veterans in the spirit of patriotism and common purpose that Congress has showed the world in the aftermath of 9/11. And for the sake of those who are suffering, I implore, urge, and I know that our colleagues in the Senate will vote for this bill.
Thank you, Carolyn. Mayor.